Welcome. Right, well, they've already started. And what are we playing here? This is the UK Online Open. This is the basically the online version of the UK Championships. And Seb told me he's playing, and they're both down. Him and Catalin, who's playing the bottom checkers, the black checkers, they're both down to about 2 lives. So it's going to be a little bit exciting. And I just thought I'd do a little stream. Usually I play in the St Albans tournament tonight, but I don't fancy it. So going straight into the game, we're still 0-0. I make Cat a little bit of a favourite, even though he's slightly up in the pip count. It's more likely that Cat's going to be doubling than Seb. So 13 pointer. I know Cat plays super fast. Let me just edit the title so people can see Seb Wilkinson versus Cat Bucur. Was I right? Was he? So I heard someone doubled. Was I right that Cat's? Oh no, so Seb is doubling. Okay. They're going to play so fast. What have I got myself in for? So Cat's got every chance here. You would have thought. Beautiful distribution. You know what? I'm going to get my arrows out. Why not? Why not get the whole shebang? Get the arrows in. Oops, hello. Not as easy as it sounds. Okay, so 2-1's not going to help Cat, obviously. He needs to do better than that. So I don't know how many lives they've got left, but guess who won this tournament last year? I'll give you 2 guesses. And I had to play 22 fucking matches. That's ridiculous.
New game.
We don't want that. Just doing everything off on the hoof here. No. What's that? Ink to go. Okay.
Lucky.
All right, I'm gonna be there. We don't want my face to be covered up though. Someone made a blunder. All right, I'm back. Okay, so Seb brought that home nicely, but Cat's made the 23 point. You don't make the 23 point. Why has he made the 23 point? Doubling here would be okay. So I've been playing a lot with Seb, and I've been learning so much from playing, going deep into as deep as we can go into all the decisions. But there's a lot of subtlety, at least for someone of my brain power. So Cat didn't double. So this is one thing sort of Seb told me. I don't know, like basically in a play like this, you could play bar 20, but then you would be making it. I'm just saying something that we all know in a different way. You would be making it very easy for your opponent just to put you off balance and attack you. So by making the 24, you give yourself a chance to get a foothold in the game and to develop, which is something that I knew intuitively, but it's good to know things in different ways and to say them to yourself differently. Have we got anyone watching, or am I just talking rubbish to myself? Okay, we've got 2 viewers. That's beautiful. We've got 1 viewer. We got 1. So Seb's going to make the... Oh, right, he's got... How many has he got? I thought he had them all to play, in which case, of course, he would have made the bar.
Lucky.
Cat will split here. I mean, it seems to be quite an easy move to make because you've got the superior board. Beautiful. Seb's rolling the nuts. pointing on... I mean, the bar's reasonable, but... Yeah. Okay. Now you need to come out. So if you make the bar, you're relying on 5s and 6s. He plays it quickly, so I guess he's... If someone plays it quickly, they're in the process, they're in deep in the game, then I'm going to go with their play. But he can't cube, like only 20 numbers coming out, and then things like 6-1 just about plays, but then you put 2 men on the 23. I mean, of course, if it goes well, you like this. If you know you're going to roll this, of course, you double, and now it's just going to be very difficult for Cat not to go 6-0 down. So I'm looking at this red thing that Seb did. Can I click on A6? He came out to the bar, which seems natural. Okay, we'll carry on with the game. We'll look at that later. So Seb's still just perfecting this. Why is this? YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming.
Amazingly lucky.
Always does that. Yeah, so Cat's going to find it difficult. He's going to need to roll like just ace. Well, you can roll an ace, consecutive aces. Yeah, so if anyone can tell me, if the stream's choppy, if any of you two people could tell me, that would be good. 5 deuce. Small things now. Do you go? We probably do go from the anchor. Although... So the 4... So giving himself maximum numbers to make the bar. Obviously he's going to hit if he can. So failure to hit is bad. Failure to roll a number that hits is bad. Still says YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Yeah, because obviously when Cat anchors, then your gammons go out the window. So it's the difference between being 4-0 up and 6-0 up. Which maybe isn't significant. Maybe it's like 9% or something. It's still saying YouTube is not receiving enough video. Yeah, but no one's watching, so it doesn't matter. Cat's just about going to be able to hold his board. So they're both on a 2.26. I think Cat has improved his backgammon. I mean, he was always a really talented player, so it doesn't surprise me, having played with him in Chouettes. But he seems to have locked out his blunders, which is basically what you need to do in order to... If you're seeing lots of the right plays, but still playing a 6, then it means you're making blunders along the line. Whereas there are some people that don't often get the standard plays right, which makes it difficult for them ever to play low PRs like this.
Your opponent doubles. New game.
Yeah, the pace of... Seb likes to recube quickly, put his opponent off balance. So Cat made a cube error. Or did he? Something happened. Very normal. We've got all our checkers in the right places, both sides. We can keep it that way. We can just play... Okay, so he doesn't want to play 22-13 because he's behind in the race. I get that. But maybe 22-13 isn't the right idea. It's too stiff. But you're 4-0 up. You kind of want to protect. So if the principle is, if you go by the principle of being behind, you don't run, you would play this. And the computer thinks it's fine. Double 2 is a bad fan. This has got to be an easy cube decision. The question is it going to be taking? I think that Seb passes a little bit too much. And he might well think that he has a little bit of an edge. I guess I would be taking just a 2-point board, but you've got to look at other things. But the 2-point board is like clearly a massive factor in assessing the strength of your opponent's position there. 3-1 just looks... Ooh, computer gives it a little greenie. A little greenie there, which it doesn't like. It preferred to hit. 3-6 is beautiful. Everything easy. That's what we like, or not. We like to be challenged, or we like things easy. 4-3, I guess he's not going to split to 21. This looks better to me. So what do you gain by hitting? You don't need the time to hit, but I mean, I'm going to go with Seb's checker play every day of the week. If we can get more than 2 viewers, we've got 2 viewers. So he did hit, it was fine. I'm not even going to look at how bad my 13-10, 14-10 suggestion was. It's going to, so now I guess he has to hit. 1-5, normal is to play 13-8, obviously. Not normal is to play, definitely not to play bar 20. Okay, so this is normal. But of course you have to do something about the anchor on the 18 point. So this is the same decision like Seb has to think of, has to basically hit and go, hit and pile. You can't do anything else with a 6. So this does have value, of course, like sending the guy back, he can fan. Now this is like you have to think about running. Okay, I'm going to go with, again, I'm going to just say, I'm going to wimp out and say I go with Seb. Like, so what's going to happen here? How bad, if it's wrong to play 13-4, how wrong is it? Well, not that wrong. Let me see. See, coming out was the natural play. So the green is still a 47, so it could be a little bit bad. I tend to go for the ambitious plays. I think Seb tends to go for, if he knows that he's going to cap his error at a certain level, he's going to go with the play that's safest, which is, I really like that thinking. It's advanced. But here, like, it looks like a 6-5-4-2 jobby. That's the natural play. What are you going to do? If it's all to play, what else are you going to do? Any comments? Yeah, you're gonna either play 4-1. So the problem is, once you see a play, then you have to consider it. Like, I didn't see 4-1, it just didn't cross my mind. So, okay, nice. We're thinking about this. So, obviously leaving 5s and 2s and double 1, 21 shots. But something tells me that Cat's open 4-point makes it reasonable to do that. So my instinct is to hit twice, and then I'm thinking, do I really want to do this being 4-0 up? Okay, beautiful. He doesn't get the error. He plays 8-5. My play, I'm going to just show you how bad. Okay, so my play was, again, there's nothing in it. You end up like scrutinizing, making a big deal of everything. And the computer doesn't give a fuck what you play. But I liked just the fact that Seb thought about that. And this is another thinker. It's like, so pointing on the deuce point looks a bit weak. So it's weak to have to switch when you're switching into a situation where you've got 3 points versus your opponent's superior 4-point board. So, so I would have played 8-5, 4-2, moment of truth. Okay, yeah. I mean, again, it's all very well just watching and coming up with a play, but yeah, guess he doesn't have the time to stack them up on the 4-point there. 2-1 looked weird. Having to you have to make 23. You can't come off. Seb's got so many checkers bearing down on you, and now this is ugly biscuits. Luckily, Seb doesn't have to think about a cube decision because Cat's already cubed. Now Cat is definitely going to come off the 23, but having said that, I'm not even sure. I'm not sure. This is reasonable. This is a beautiful... I mean, so there's 7-3 for sure. So Cat sees the value now of staying on the 23. Like, if you stay on the 23, you've got that rock. But yeah, 18-14, 18-13. I didn't say it, but just going all out, make the bar. Not very much bad can happen. This is obviously an easy play. No, now I don't understand. I know you leave good twos. So white, Seb is desperate to roll a 1-2 or a 4-2. This makes the 4-2 much better than it would be had you remained on the 23 Punkt. But I mean, yeah. I mean, the logic is that Cat has to escape from the 23 point eventually, so he might as well now. Ooh, okay. So again, he's going to do that. He's not. I know he has a temptation to hit on the 8th point, but resist this temptation. No, because now what are you going to cut? Why are you doing that? Okay, I'm down to one viewer. Don't leave me. You get me all to yourself. If there was Backgammon Streaming Awards, I would win the wooden spoon every time. So what are we going to play here? No, that can't be. I mean, I say can't, but it's going to be, you're going to be, when you do the 2-1 jobby here, you put the checker from the 2 to the 1. Let's get my arrows. Then you make it very difficult for yourself you're going to have to be continuing to hit your opponent out of the 4 and the 2 point when he comes in, right? That's so, yeah, he's sometimes playing so well, and then as it happens, Seb is not coming in, but if Seb comes in, Cat's going to have to hit. Can't let Seb anchor, especially owing to the fact that Cat is 4-0 down. For example, here, he's going to have to hit and put himself at risk of being hit back with a fear. With a four. Right, he misses. Right.
Unlucky.
And then we're going to give ourselves double 5 to close the board by playing 13-12. That's right. We're going to have to continue hitting. Like, you might not hit a double match point. We got Barnsley watching. Barnsley, our favourite BG player. Yeah, so that's why I didn't like the 2-1. Awkward, but Cat's obviously he's gonna get lucky here, yeah. Not that lucky to... So Gammon not quite in the bag. I mean, you do want to kind of think about taking checkers off. Not in the bag. Not like, I mean, it's not going to be 90% G's anywhere, and especially when he comes in with the 5. I mean, it's not even, what is it? It's not even 50. So even when it's like really high G factor, you've got to push for the G. You really want to get, as far as I see it, you kind of want to get, you say to yourself, what's the biggest gammon winning play? And then you say to yourself, well, is that taking too big of a risk? And if it isn't, then you just make that gammon play. As it happens, Seb's rolled badly. It could still save it. He could still save it. Sorry, that I'm trying to do a South Africa. He could. Just let me get back. Right. I mean, he's not going to save it rolling consecutive double once, right? So my point stands that it was incumbent on Black to just make the what's going on. I think Seb is upset that he. No, he's just thinking about forgive me for I have sinned. Yeah, so Seb, you could see, could easily have saved that had he not rolled consecutive double Einzelbunds. Double four. So watch how quickly they're going to play really quickly at the beginning of the match. They're going to play really quickly. Quick. No, okay, not as quick as I double pass. Oh, he gets the anchor, but still, it's going to be easy now for both. No player will have made an error. No, this is so No, I don't. This could be. I'd never do this myself, so I don't know how bad it is. This is absolutely standard. Slotting is probably standard, maybe. Okay, fine. Making the 4 is standard. Then Seb's going to make some sort of point. Cat's going to have to split. This is all very easy. I think he's going to have to. This could be okay, but then you put a blot in the inner board. You might as well just go for it and try and split to a point you want to make the anchor to. Right? So like this looks to be a solid play. 2-4 is going to hit. He plays it super quickly, but it's got to be right. And now Cat's going to trick himself into doubling. I mean, I can't see the double being behind. So even if you roll a 2, what are you going to roll it with, buddy? If you roll double 2, you switch. You bish bash bosh. I'm enjoying myself a lot here. So he's thinking about, he's probably going to double. The fact that he's thought for this long suggests that he will be doubling. It's about 50-50. Now I'm going to say he's going to okay, no, I don't know. He's certainly thinking about it. We lost a viewer there because I prognosticated. Got to keep the quality up. The quality up of this stream. So 6-5. Seb loves to double hit. But you wouldn't double hit into a board that's only got 1 point in it. With your own board. Okay, so this is... There's an Axione. This is either too good, double pass. I mean, can't really be too good, can it?
Your opponent takes.
Okay, Seb takes. Yeah. Okay, so it wasn't even a cube.
Unlucky.
Okay, I'm not sure what happened with my vision there, but it looked very dangerous. Okay, so what do you do with it? Do you lift with the 1 here? We got another like. I don't lift because... Okay, this is really difficult. I'm going to take my time over this. But you're only fighting against a 1 point board. So being hit, you can kind of come back in, even though you've got a 4 prime in front of you. So either 3-2, giving yourself, maybe you give yourself more numbers, you give yourself an extra number to cover. I hate these. Like, obviously you don't want to get hit. It feels so horrible being hit. But if you pick up the blot, yeah, he picked up the last time. Now, it gives Seb every time. Seb, basically, the logic is that Cat never gives himself a chance to close the board, and he loses 1 checker that enables him to do so. So VR, I would hate that 6-1 decision. I fucking hate them, but I would have just left it. I leave them there now, but it's not as a general rule. I've suddenly realised the value of leaving There, that's half the battle. Okay, that looked a bit quick, but okay, he's closed the board. So I'm interested in this cube. Why 9 away, 9 away? It just looked very dangerous with like lots of numbers hitting on the 5 point. We'll look back in XG, see what XG says at some point, but so here the gammon's like I was saying in the last game, I mean it's almost a lock, but you don't need to clear the 5 point. So if you clear the 5 point, for example, you give double 5, make double 5 very good, and it's possible that if he just rolls a double 5, that he saves it. So having said that, all the computer plays involve clearing, but does it give us the percentages? Gives us the equities, I believe. We got John sending me a little massage. Here it comes. Oh, hold on. Asking me. Yeah, so I guess the logic was the backgammon was so much of a lock. Maybe it was 95% or something. We got Miss Love. John. We got Miss Love. We got Miss Love watching. 5-1, beautiful. Like it. We like the opening. It's like chess. You just know what you're doing. So Seb reminds me of the Chouette. I wonder what Chouette they're talking about. 5-3 looks like a come out and all the way. This is fancy schmancy. I don't like that at all. But okay, he's down in the match. He's like got to do something. 3-2. He's a hitter. Up the shitter. Oh, the shitter. What's he doing? I mean, it could be, but no. Okay, he went with the hit. Okay, counter hit is obviously right because Cat's got a lot of men threatening to do shit. Okay, Cat's got a great position. He's got an anchor. That's what you want at 8-4 up.
Lucky.
Okay, you keep the 11 point. Cat knows that. Absolutely knows that. Everyone knows that. It's so, yeah, and you just play 8-3. Duping the 1, playing 13-6, but it doesn't mean it's right. I suppose you do want an extra checker on the 8 points, so with which to make the 2 points. But 13-6 caught my eye. So again, it's like what happens in backgammon matches is that we don't have enough time to complete our thought processes unless we have very easy decisions or our thoughts processes are very quick. You know, this time control, and sometimes you just can't be fucked to think about it. So yeah, it looks right to hit and cover, only leaving 5-3 and 2-6. I don't. This leaves more shots. The idea, if you hit that one, you can go back and get the other one, but it must be better to hit the one on the 23.
Very lucky.
Always hitting, even though you're up in the match. It's kind of a second prize, Seb, to get the 20-point anchor. He doesn't really need it, but it's a good roll. Cat should come out to the 18 with 3 of them. I guess. No, I mean, again, it was like when Cat was on the 23 point and it was just simple. He wanted to come out. So unless there are extenuating circumstances, Okay, so QB Wooby coming. So he's going to make, even if he makes the even if Cat makes the 23. Okay, so no cube coming. Seb likes the cube early. I don't believe this is a cube yet, but I don't know. I'm not really looking properly. There's 7s, 3s, and 10s. There's definitely stuff. No, it probably is a cube. It probably is a cube.
Your opponent.
Don't think it doesn't feel like on feel. You just go on feel that this can't be a pass, surely. Okay, good cube action. So okay, if you hold on to the 23, you maybe you'd have to. I don't know now. No, you don't. You play. You come up with 1. I don't get. I'm too stupid. I think you come off. Basically, you come off the 23 there. Now he's forced to roll. Cat is forced to roll a 3, 5, or 6, and that was assuming that Seb didn't make the 10. In and out like a spout. 3, 4. What a roll! No, don't want to misclick that one. Big mistake. Now, so again, like what I'm saying with the 5, he wants to come out. He wanted to roll a 5 there, I believe, to come out from the back anchor. That's my understanding of this position. Okay, this is enormous fan, an almighty fan. One of the biggest fans I've ever seen. I wonder if I can put. It won't let me put my link into the. So that people can watch the stream. How about that? I'll probably fuck it up. It won't let me put my link into the chat, will it? Will it? Joe Willock? A beautiful thumbnail oh, it's gonna go funny. Okay, there we go. It won't let me do it. It won't let me do it. Oh, it will. So it did let me put the link in the chat, but they're gonna have to take the energy, see how many people can be bothered, because you can't click on it. They're gonna have to copy and paste, which requires some energy. Will we get... I know we've actually got fewer viewers. We got fewer viewers. I didn't give people very much notice. So... the board has gone. The board is back. Right. I mean, this is so finely balanced. Seb's looking pretty good. Okay, he's fan, but he's gonna come in now. He's gonna come in now. Okay. I feel a 5 for Seb is gonna be
unlucky
enough, but wow. He's gonna pull out another 5 right now. Plays it quick. Oh, close the board first. Yeah, well, how about that? Let's close the board first. Close the board first, then we'll roll a 5. Okay, let's break the board. We'll break the 5. Maybe we'll break the 5 point as well. Then we'll roll a 5. Yep. Okay, so never doubling. Like nowhere near enough single game winning chances. No more. Let's call them wins. Welcome. We got one more viewer for a little bit of advertising. Targeted. Okay, so what happened there? If I wasn't so concerned about how many viewers that I had. Okay, so 3-1, I guess. Oh, there's tension.
Unlucky.
Imagine if Cat had recubed. Bang. Just a little bit of like, uncertainty before the lights go out. Here we go. Surely there's no ace coming. Even an ace for Cat is pretty good. Gives him some hope. I wouldn't want my opponent to roll an ace here. I don't see why Seb's... Oh, he's giving himself double 5 to make the board. But otherwise, double 6 would make the 7 point. And what would double 4 do? Nothing. Yeah, so I play 19-13, but I mean, it doesn't... Who gives a fuck? I think Seb's just taking stock. We're happy that he managed to withstand that ridiculous onslaught by Cat. Ridiculous. Oh, I'll break the board, then I'll roll my 5s. He didn't manage to roll the other 5. So what? I don't see why... Just that making the board is probably not quite as good as making the bar. Being able to jog one loose, I would have thought. Jogger.
Lucky.
There's the 1, so it's horrid. Like any 1, he's going to have 1s quite. I know 1, 3, 1, 2 are going to break the board, but you'd love to see a 1 as Cat. I believe, even though you're 8-4 up and you could get gammoned, 1 must be what the doctor ordered in the UK Championship 2021. Can he roll a 1? Can he roll a 1, ladies and gentlemen? Cat Bucur from Hounslow. Oh, dirty. Very dirty. And naughty. So what's technically the right... I mean, there's technically the right ace, and then there's the ace to cater for when he rolls a 6. Maybe they're the same. Maybe they're both the same play. Oh, you don't want him to roll a 6-1, 6-2, 6-3. Maximum coverage, Cavallini. It's got to be this. You've got to cover. Now this covers the 6-3 jobby. Gives you direct shots. By the way, did you know that you can donate right to my pocket? Patreon.com/The Backgammon Academy. And you won't get anything for that donation. But I'm doing this for... Okay, so very, very unstable weather here in London, England at the moment. So 5-3. Every time the guy's going to roll a 1, he's going to roll a 1-6. You know it's coming. We know it's coming. Oh, I like that idea. Get off the 1-6. If you know it's coming, that's a good play. We likey. I'll probably find out when the stream's finished that my microphone wasn't working. Can anyone confirm? I know you don't want to say... I mean, I know people are shy and everything, but how's the microphone? Go on, be brave. Yeah, I like this play. I mean, in a way it's a bit silly, but... Because he's less likely to roll the 1-6. But now, obviously, you cover... Okay, no, you go... I'm covering... I'm going for maximum coverage on the 7 point here. Okay, fine. Finally, some peace of mind for poor Seb. What I didn't know was that when you got a closed board, I didn't realise your opponent's only got like 1.5%. I thought it was a lot higher. I mean, when I say a lot higher, like I thought it was like 3, but it's like 1.9. It's nothing. There I was playing like matches, having closed my opponent out, thinking that I was only like 96, 97% when I was higher. So like here, when you kind of have to take a checker off the 6 point and therefore increase your chances of breaking, maybe you do that because presumably your winning chances are really high here. Even when you break the 6, it's only double 6. It's counterintuitive though, I have to say. I don't want to be. I think humans don't want to be breaking the 6 here. Therefore, they keep a checker on the 6 point. I don't like this play though. Okay, the computer thinks it's fine, but it probably 0-0s all of them. Oh no! Jesus Christ! Fucking hell! Yeah, but I don't think he should have made that play. Easy for me to say. Oh, God. Comes closer.
Unlucky.
So what's Seb got? He's got 3 checkers off. He's got like even money or something. Maybe a bit more, but he's got no... Cat can just win with like a couple of sneaky... bit of sneak value. Seb should be alright because he's not going to miss. Now he's rolled a 1. Oh, hello.
Lucky.
He'd need more than 1 double. He'd need for Seb not to roll a double as well, so Seb should be okay. Scare factor, massive scare factor. Oh, diff.
Unlucky. New game.
Yes, beautiful. Put the checkers all very standard, no mistakes. Yep. Lovely, pure. Plate switches first, then fills the gap on the 5 point. I like the style. 6-3, makey. Runny. All perfectly played. No one's going to make a mistake here. Possible opportunity for... Yeah, I don't think I would do that. Yeah. Interesting that... What makes him want to do that? You see, I would never want to strip the mid there. Especially leading 8-6. Okay, and then that's a little bit quickly played. Now Seb's going to have to hit on the deuce point. He's not going to hit twice. There's always that annoying 7-1 play, which is really odd because it leaves 2 blots. I don't like it, but I sometimes see why it's valuable and
Lucky.
do make it. Okay,
Unlucky.
massive favourite now, Cat. I mean, gammon-wise. But as far as winning is concerned, he's got a little bit of work to do. So I would be very interested in a cube here. I don't think cubing is what the doctor ordered, but I mean, I could be wildly wrong. It's like 25 pips, but the way I see it is this is a 2-way gammonish position.
Your opponent
Snap
doubles.
take, surely it's not going to be a massive misvaluation. I believe it's got to be a take.
Your opponent takes.
Maybe it's a good cube. Oh, the switch. So I learnt this today. I believe... I mean, of course, I know. I see... No. Hold on. What's this? So when he comes in with a 1, you just counter prime. So you have to switch anyway. It must win more games. Don't you dare not switch. I mean... It's clean as far as games are concerned. 6s and 5s are coming out. 3... Yeah. I mean, it's not absolutely ideal. You know, your 4s are... Some of your 4s are going to be bad, like 4-3. But 4-1 will play. Oh, no. So... No. So he's got... I guess his thinking is like, oh, no, you don't need to switch. You don't need to win a gammon. But if Seb rolls an ace... Now all Seb can roll is a double 6... or consecutive 6s. This has got to be so much better. And he closes the board. Oh no, dear. I'm not... I mean, I only say oh dear because it's harsh. And I want more action. Okay, it feels right to go in. 5-4 now breaks anyway. He's going to stay back. 2-1 must be better. It's not going to be a big deal. Maybe it was better to clear. Now, so for example, like... 6-1 is going to play.
Unlucky.
Oh, that's a big, it is a
Lucky.
big 6. That's quite a big step up to the 22. Seb's already down below a 2, like I predicted. I predicted a 164.
Unlucky.
Let's see if he can...
Awfully unlucky.
Yeah, so that's what you were scared of, the 6 foot. Okay, yeah, on the 22 point, the thing that comes out and hits against the 13 point, jostles one loose. Could that be a redouble? I didn't get a chance even to... Could it be? I mean, so he's hit now and then...
Epic luck.
Obviously this is going to be a pass. Or too good. So... But he was only fanning with 9 numbers. I mean, too stupid to... It felt like it could have been a think. But maybe Seb had decided... So, if he didn't cube there, I believe it was a play on. Why? I keep saying I believe, because I'm not sure. I wouldn't be taking, for sure, at this score. Definitely worth thinking about not leaving the numbers, but it must be right to make the 3 point. Ay ay ay. So lots of action here. So still too good. I mean, 2-1 is gonna... The ones are gonna make the bar. So the score is... So 4-3 is like the worst. 5-4 hits. So 4-3 is the worst. And now you have to think about playing it. You really want to keep the bar slotted. So you kind of want to make the 16 point. And it's like... I don't want to do it. Even against... this could be... I mean... Oh, okay.
Unlucky.
I think I was way out the ballpark with that checker play there. I'm not even going to click on it. Yeah. I am, because I'm interested. So you do pick up... So making the 16 was like bullshit, but it wasn't. Yeah. Nice play by Seb, but yeah. So maybe my only comment that I can offer is that in positions like this, when you've got 1 minute 54, and I know he probably knows this, that it's not worth spending even a second, just in case you're going to need to use some time down the line. And you know he's not going to time out, but he just doesn't want to put the pressure on himself. You don't want to do that. Okay. I wonder how bad... What about 5 off 5 to 4? Leaving an even number of checkers on the 4 point and the 6 point? Okay, gammon should be saved. Beautiful 5 away, 5 away. Bang on a 2. Cat's playing a 4.88. I think he'll be a little bit disappointed with that. But not that the number means anything in isolation in one match.
Very lucky. New game.
Such a good game, actually, that one. I want to go back and look at the cube decisions there. But, no. What was that? Okay, why not make the 10? Oh, and then the 22. Okay, yeah, maybe. Obviously, you make the 5. Okay.
Lucky. Unlucky.
This is an early cube, I think, at this score. But I think Seb will cube. I mean, it's got to be reasonable. The 7s are duplicated. So Yeah, I like that play. I didn't even see it.
Lucky.
Okay, fair. Like hit and hit back. Yeah, seems reasonable. Obviously, the 5 is a candidate. I don't know. I'm not really leaving. Okay, the computer probably preferred it, but let's see. Don't want to be hit back when the guy's got a 3-point board. Okay, so thinking about whether to come up to the 20, that I like that play, and now yeah, you're desperate to play 6 to 5, but you can't. Yeah, I wouldn't have volunteered that 13-11 jobby leaving 8s. You don't want to do that. Just play 6 to 4 if you're looking for a 2. Okay, so that well, I haven't got time to think, but I like that slotting play, but this play going to the 20 duplicated 6s to some extent. 6-3, yeah, of course you're going to make the bar when he's got a blot on the ace point. 5-4's shit, makes the deuce, I suppose. Now it's like
Unlucky.
is he going to cube? Okay, no, this is just going to come out and remake the mid. But Cat, I mean, was that a technical cube to go before? The fact that Seb didn't cube and he cubes early suggests to me that it wasn't, but I thought it was worth looking at. And even here, I would be looking at that, but I tend to overestimate the primer's position, like White's position, in these positions. So Cat can still roll a 3, so he's going to come all the way up. Seb will just have to make the 9 and pray that Cat doesn't roll a 6. Yeah, and Cat's got some awkward numbers, I suppose. Is it possible that hitting is right? Yeah, for sure. This I don't see what's the best that you can hope for. Like, even maybe if coming in with a 1-4 for Cat is better for Seb than him fanning. I mean, and that's the very best you can hope for. But if Seb just leaves, this is obviously this is better, I think, because at least it gives you the opportunity of covering. I know that there's a big downside, but I would just play this. I'm interested that Seb is looking at this. He's playing 189, so he's seeing a lot of shit. That's very clear. He's seeing a lot. But Cat has some bad numbers here. There you go. So that's like worse than fanning. This is like a pass. Cat don't think we'll take this. I mean, such a swing. So that's the 3-1 has to be right. Just from 8-4 was close. You see, Seb's onto something, but the pick and pass is bullshit. Bullshit. He's not going to take this, I don't think, because he's going to see that it's not about Seb's rolls, although it is in a way. It's about what Cat jogging loads of doodlies loose after Seb hits him loose or points on him. So Cat is going to see that, and he's definitely not going to take. Beautiful match. And Seb's down to 37 seconds. I don't countenance that, if that's the right word. I disagree. I dislike it, as Mitchie would say. I dislike it. He's not going to take. It's confusing him because perhaps he's like thinking, well, what's changed in the position? Maybe he's thinking that, but the position's changed enormously. I'm surprised he took. If this is a take, and then good luck to. Wow. Okay, it's close. So the take equity is 951. We will see. I mean, on the computer, any offers? Anyone bold enough to actually say something in the chat, or I'm gonna say that this is a pass on a higher level. Probably because I was sure it was a pass, and I'm just trying to prove that I'm right. But I genuinely believe that. So I didn't get to see the double one. I predicted 164 for Seb. So what happened? What happened?
Amazingly lucky.
Oh, Jesus. What was the cube action there? Was that, what was it? No double, too good, double pass, all of them. It was all of them together. Okay, so there's definitely elements of too good, but you can leave him lots of shots here. It might even be like a too good to double take. What the fuck is going on here with 7 checkers out there? So 3-2 leaves the shot. Double 5, of course, leaves the shot.
Your opponent doubles.
Yeah,
New
okay.
game.
It was too good. Okay, I don't think I was ever taking that. Because you've still got massive match equity being, what is it, 5 away, 3 away.
Lucky.
36%.
Your opponent doubles.
Strong double. But, you know, when your opponent's 5 away, you can squeeze out some take. I'm really surprised Cat took that. I think the double was okay, even though it was too good. I can understand the double. But here there's a lot of pressure. Luckily he's got 6 minutes to think. I don't know whether that's good, whether the thinking time will do him any good. It's really difficult. So at like 4 away to like 3 away, 4 away, 3 away, 4 away, 2 away. 4 away, 2 away is like too good. 4 away, 3 away, enormous pass. 3.
New game.
Okay, good. It was probably a big pass, and I'm just. But I from my point of view, worth looking at. Okay, do you not make the 4 point? Okay, he makes the 9. So this is a score I learnt something about. 3 away can cube when he's got a very solid winning advantage, not a gaminish position. Very interesting, not such a difficult idea, but I learnt today about cubing as the 3 away versus the 4 away. Let's see if we can get that, because I was playing Seb actually and we were chatting about it. Let's see if we can get we want Cat to be able to have somehow telepathically known about our talk and they want to get into a sort of a holding game position where black has got about a 70% winning chance, and you find that white's take point is slightly elevated because when white recubes, black's take point is so high that white hardly ever gets an efficient recube in. So we could be on our way to a position like that. It could be putting itself on the board here. Like here, he's not near 70%. There's still too much. There's still too much play being back there on the 22 point. Seb can just start hitting him, but if
Unlucky.
Cat manages to get his checker from the 22 round to say the 11 point, yeah. Although, well, there wouldn't be many gamers. Yeah, if that checker now that's on the bar gets round. If it gets round, it's never going to come in again. Could still happen. Yeah, okay. As long as Seb doesn't have a cube. Yep, coming up. So now looking a lot less likely that Cat will get into the position where he can cube from. But, okay, I didn't understand that. I mean, why didn't... Okay, now we're in this... Oh, no, who's got the 6-2?
Very unlucky.
We're getting close. So now, no double. For me, too many numbers don't get past. But he's thinking about it. This is... I believe if Cat gets the checker onto the 9 point, this is...
Your opponent doubles.
We get into this similar position, though. And Seb will have been. We had this. We talked about this. We had backgammon chat for like on WhatsApp,
New game.
and he passes. But Cat's Cube was good. And the thing that we were talking about happened on the board. Would you believe that? I'll show you. I can show you the WhatsApp we had about this 3 away, 4 away. And, but of course, Seb had, even though his take point is slightly higher, unintuitively, he's got way too much to be able to take. Way too much. But he's just down to 20 seconds in it, bro. So are we hitting at 2 away, 4 away? That looked brave. If you get away with it, then okay. So Cat has got lucky. Yeah, I wouldn't have hit. Just easy decision for me. Like being 2 away versus 4 away. You don't need to know too much about scores. That wow. So the pointing is blocked. Not sure about making the ace. Okay, fine. Okay, cubing is going to be fine. At this score, cubing's going to be fine now. But I mean, being 18 pips down, it's going to be an easy take. I mean, could it ever not be a cube? There's going to be market losers. I don't fully understand this score. So Seb doesn't cube. Imagine that it's technically a cube, but now your opponent having got out of there. Okay, hold on. He could have. I know it was leaving
Your
sixes.
opponent doubles.
Okay. Looks to be an easy take with only 6s and 3s. And Seb misses. Ay. Okay. It's so horrible to be in this position where basically you have to hit to win. You have to hit to win. And although Cat's not got a spare, he's got maybe like 50, he's like 50% not to leave a shot, maybe, even with this horrible structure. It's difficult for me to, maybe he's more likely to leave a shot than not. And the fan, okay, oh my god.
Very lucky.
Okay, we don't want this to end, so there's still some life. He's going to have to clear the 7. He could clear the 6, but could clearing the 6 be right? Just for shits and giggles? Could be. So what's going on here? I just haven't got obviously the normal player's clearing the 7. So 3s are going to go from the 6 point or the 8 point. Okay, so clearing the 6 point, he's quite happy to do that. 4s are going to pick and pass or hit. 3s are forced. Obviously,
Unlucky.
Oh no, it's over. It's not quite over, but it's over.
Very unlucky.
I'm going to XG the motherfucker after, so if anyone wants to, there was some interesting stuff. Classic backgammon. Oof. Well, that's a 3. You wouldn't want to do that and lose your chance to play a 3 from the 4 point. Okay, you would, maybe. I don't see this being a shot. I see this being like a... Oh no, maybe it's going to be a 5-1 or a 4-1. What do I see? 4-1. Okay, so now we pick it up. How many wins from here? Maybe he can trick the computer in allowing him to stay on the 19 point. But maybe it's better to run anyway. Come on, just for the fans, please. It's too difficult to win this. It's impossible. Oh! Why do that? Oh, come on, just please make it exciting. That's nothing. That's just not going to help at all. Oh, it's almost dead. So... boxes. It's like a boxes. He needs boxes. He needs boxes. Disappointing. I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed. I mean, well done, Cat. But I just wanted that to... I wanted that to continue. I'm well disappointed. Okay, get match file. Don't forget to do that.
We have a winner. Bronco 1304.
Oh, what's going on? Hopefully that's going to open. Here, it's opening. Oh, what was that? I switched to X key. I think it's opening. That's not the match. This is one we played earlier. So what's going on? I'm gonna try. Okay. I think it's gonna open. Do you want to open it in new instance? Yeah, this one. There was some really interesting decisions. I don't expect people are going to stick around, but I'm going to just look through them for my own edification. That's a black screen. It's going to load up a second. It's going to take a while. Anyone want a chat? Anyone got anything to say? Alright, if I put it on thorough, then it's okay. Alright, so we missed this bit. We missed the first bit, and I don't remember any of this. Oh yeah, I remember talking about the race, blah blah blah. I thought Cat was going to be more likely to cube than Seb, but Cat rolled a 2-1. Seb had a cube. I think he won. Went 2-0 up. Beautiful. Okay, so that's what you want. Like, even 2-0 up in a 13-point match. What did we have? 5-1. I don't remember this. I was probably talking. Ah, yes, this 1-6 for Seb. Like, actually, it looks natural to me to do anything but come off the 18 because of the race deficit and the fact that there's a man on the 11 point. So when you come out to the 18, you're leaving 4s, 1s, you're leaving a whole bunch of shit. So I think I might have got this right. But I remember, so if you come out here, you've got 4s to hit from there, you've got 6s to hit from there, 1s to hit, you've got 5s and 3s, you've got all that sort of stuff. Maybe I should get some better arrows that actually draw straight. Oh, dear. And then 2-1. I think I would have made Cat's play. So yeah, he's got to get off the 21 point. So I might have seen that. 23 point, excuse me. It's blocked because he's got the 8 point. Not a big deal. Then we have a very standard cube. The take looks easy enough, but it's close-ish. 6-3. I suppose you want to make the 5, but you do make the 5. I can up the ante now. Yeah, so you make the 5 here, right? Leaving 4s and 6s. Basically, because it's so strong, and also you're really, really not happy if your opponent makes the 20 point, and also to an extent the 22 point. But if he makes the 22 point and you made the 5 point, you're like, I can deal with that. So, but it's not big. I mean, there's obviously value in making the bar. Like, now he can't make the bar because you've got the bar. So if he were to roll a 6-4, then he wouldn't be so happy. So 5-4, I think that's a good play by Cat. It looks a little bit now like you've got the competing interests. In fact, I don't remember any of this, but you've got the competing interests of you want to get off the 23 point pronto, but obviously there's value in pointing on. And yeah, it's a problem with plays when you have two good options. I might have tricked myself into coming off the 23, duping the twos. In fact, I think I would have played that. So whatever Cat was thinking or whatever he saw was good. And then I just don't remember what happened here. It happened so quickly. Yeah, 2-1. I thought splitting was mandatory now because at not very much cost, you've got a better board so you can afford to take the chance and you have to come off the 23. Forgive me if what I'm saying is obvious. I mean, or forgive me if it's... I doubt it's going to be too high level, but Seb thought he probably wasn't going to cube here, but again, we had a similar discussion about this. We've been playing 7-point matches. Basically, your opponent cubes you, you're holding a 2 cube. At what point do you recube to 4? And the answer is when you've got high single game winning chances. If you've just got gammons and kind of 65%, you let it ride. Your opponent, you're going to have really high gammon chances to get anywhere near your opponent passing. So that accounts for why it's such a huge no double. Because even with that number of gammons, your opponent's no way near his take point. His take point's going to be, I don't know. With assuming no gammons, maybe like 20%, let's say. But when you add the gammons, it doesn't get much higher. So we're adjusting take points for gammons. It doesn't get much higher. Also, of course, I should say that the score is a massive factor, or it's a big factor. Leading 2-0, you are much less inclined to cube. Or in other words, your doubling point has to be higher. Your single game winning chances have to be higher. So we're looking in this situation to be like a 70% favourite, assuming that gammons are low, like about 10%. But we try not to get waylaid by gammons unless we know our opponent's going to get scared. Even then, we might not want to put it on the line. Well, if we know our opponent's passing, then I suppose we cube this, right? But then we don't win a gammon. Did it upgrade that to a 500? No. I mean, so just when there are gammons, it's like almost like, okay, just roll. Just roll that shit home. Roll that shit home, brother. What was happening here? He made the ace. Yeah, Seb couldn't prevent that. Of course he would have done, having a 5-point board against a 4-point board. And now you're like, you're not winning as red. You know you're not winning any gammons, and you're kind of hoping your opponent's timing doesn't... Well, you're hoping your opponent does crack, and now... Okay, yeah, I remember that. He redoubled. It has to redouble here. Okay. Ace deuce. I don't remember this. Okay, I might have played bar 22. Would I? No, I hope not. Yeah, you're up in the race. That makes no sense. So it makes sense to do what Cat did, which was safely the block on the 9-point. Then 6-4. Oh yes, Seb had this 6-3. So he looked at all the right plays. Yeah, being behind, it was wrong to run. Notwithstanding the fact that you're up in the match and you want to kind of play safely, but 13-4 isn't really creating that much danger. I mean, it's better to have 3 blocks that back there so that one of them, the more there are, the more they cover each other in a way. This was actually close. So you can't just look at the fact that your opponent's got a 2-point board and snap it up. you've got to look at the numbers and actually, I hate the expression in the zone, and I don't want to use that. But what I look at is what's going to attack on the 3-point, and I see that having such a race lead, anything that attacks on the 3-point, not necessarily, obviously not pointing is fabulous, but anything like a 6-4 or a 6-5 is leaving us as yellow in a lot of trouble, and we can't afford to take the gammon hit. So passing is like technically wrong here, but perfectly adequate. And yeah, if you were to switch the score to 0-0, you'd be totally looking at the other side of the coin and thinking, well, I don't care if he hits loose. And I think that the intuition there, or the intuitive, why we care, why we're so much more hopeful at 0-0 is the fact that the recube is so valuable to us. But here, Seb's leading 4-0. When is he recubing? And then the question is, if he is recubing and getting to a point where he can recube, does he ever recube Cat into a take where Seb is assuring himself of the win, or is Cat always going to be passing? Therefore, the recube ain't going to be efficient. So all of that is factored into those numbers there, is my understanding. So the 6-4 is just a standard roll. If I could get the dice distribution up on the screen, but I don't think it will capture it because it's capturing the window rather than the display. So I don't remember what happened. Cat didn't hit here. He didn't hit, and I think I said that was good. It looked right. So it's tricky because you could be tricked into thinking it's right not to hit, because if you don't hit, you duplicate the 4 that Seb needs to make his 4-point with the 4 that he needs to hit this block on the 14-point. But you can't just, although it's convenient, we can't just look at one factor and then think, oh yeah, that's going to swing the decision for me. So yeah, I mean, the obvious thing is, if you don't hit, then he's got 11 sixes plus 4-2 and double 3, 14 numbers to make the 18. I believe he'll be playing those numbers immediately to the 18-point, because you're not in that much danger if you come off the 24. So, I mean, usually it's the normal play to want to make the 18. So I do believe that GNU thought that making the 5-point was fine, but you can't trust it. So 3-6 was a good roll because it comes out even though leaving a double shot. And then the 1-5. Yeah, I felt like the 18-13 was reasonable, but it's not good. Just because you want to do something about coming off the 18-point. Eventually, coming off the 13 means you've done nothing about that. You've not solved in any way the problem of coming off the 18-point, as far as I see it. And then Seb had these awkward having to hit and stack. The 3-6, I think he would say, maybe I'm flattering a bit too much, that he saw the play that wasn't going to be too deleterious for him. He didn't know which one was right, but coming out is big, so he just went with the Jonas play. And then what did we have? Yeah, I would have made the right play. I'm not going to talk about that too much. Just you can't come in the 5 points. Too many good 3s and 1s. Seb played. Okay, so the computer follows exactly what GNU did. I wonder whether it's because it's such an easy position to. I don't understand. It's got this. It's looking at it the same way as GNU is. Then the 3-2, not shifting bad, but 8-5-4-2. I think giving us time to come out. We need time. We need the tempo. So by hitting twice, we give ourselves the opportunity of rolling a 6 and coming out. The problem is, of course, is we duplicate our own 6, but things are never ideal. 2-1, tempting to play bar 22, but then you give good fives. And would I have made Cat's play? I might have played bar 24 8-6. Maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm 50-50 for getting the right play here. Anyone? What would anyone else have played here? I don't think anyone's going to comment. They're not feeling it. If there is, in fact, anyone else out there. Yeah, so if you come in on the ace point, then you're asking for the checkers on the 6 point and the 4 point, on his 6 point and 4 point, to bear down on you, I suppose. If you come in on the 23 and he plays 8-7, then if he doesn't roll a 6, yeah, I don't see this play, I have to say. I do and I don't. I'm not fully seeing it. Maybe we can... Someone's going to say something helpful. Yeah, like so with the 4-2. Maybe that's one of the massive swing numbers. 4-2 becomes a disaster. So one of the things you can look for are swing numbers, but that's one swing number isn't going to be indicative key all the time. And then this is kind of consistent with the bar 23, the idea being that you make the bar. I believe this is why the bar 23 8-7 move was clear, and you stick on there because of this danger, sometimes counterintuitive to me, and therefore you break from there, allowing yourself to make the bar. Of course, if you make the bar, then Seb is dead. So that was normal. Yeah, this hit was just there's no sense in that hit at all. There's nothing to really say about that. 5-5 is enormous. I don't remember seeing that. Oh yeah, and now Cat burn a man, and what would I play here? I suppose I'd play 8-7 twice, 13-12 twice, and if I was really had a lot of time, I might think for a bit longer, but the question is, do you split some of your checkers? I definitely don't pick up a man. It's possible that you could play like 3-1, but I don't think that's what you want to do. If you're going to let your opponent hit you, you prefer him to come in on the ace point. So that seems right. When the analysis is finished, I'll go back to that. But this is definitely a tricky play. Not impossible, but you just need to have made up your mind about how many gammons you're going to lose if it goes wrong, and how many gammons you lose if you make certain plays. And the thing that's tricky is that you're 4-0 down, so it doesn't cost you that much if you lose a gammon. 5-1. Then we had what did we have? Did Cat win a gammon here? Yeah, okay. Okay. So we were 9 away, 9 away. This was all standard stuff, normal shit. 3-1, I would have just played like 24-21, 24-23, not being sure, or 13-10 even. Is he going to hit from the 18 point? 24-20, okay. XG play is 24-23, 24-21. Okay, so the reason I don't like 8-5, it's a small thing, because if you do get a shot now, you don't want the blot on the 5 point. having said that, it has some value, because if you don't get a shot now, then you can cover it later. 5-3. This I thought was a big cube. Okay, so on the bigger computer, it's reasonable. It's still not a double. Yeah, even at 9 away, even score, where gammons are really helpful, you need to have enough. It converts it into a double. But I was way off on this. I thought it was really strong. So what I need to do, the lesson for me, is to not overestimate the value of the gammon. Like, yeah, it's great if you win a gammon, but in the event that you don't and you actually lose the game, it hurts. You don't want to lose the game, so you don't want to jack up the cube when you're going to lose the game. So Seb obviously just knew that. Easy take. And then we had this pick and pass thing that I would never have picked up. I think hitting is mandatory, and then it's a question of what you do with the one. If you, assuming you're not going to pick it up, you're going to leave it there. And I believe that the objective is, of course, to close it out. And the computer doesn't like 13-12. So it's too many blocks. So what? Of course, like 22-21 is obvious. I'm just looking at 13-12, 22-21, because you have to give yourself sixes to come out. But it's like you're looking at this as a human and thinking, well, that block's going to be there forever. But yet, you never know. You might be shifting from the 6 if you manage to get both checkers out, although that's questionable because he's got the 18 point. But it's definitely worse not leaving it there and picking it up, since you never get the chance to make the point naturally and close the guy out. And as I said, being hit back isn't fatal. So now you have to do all the work. And the fact is that Seb didn't come in, but had he come in, it would have been a different story. And this was where the gammon was a lock, and so you just want to clear the point. Fine. So it went 8-4. I mean, not unreasonable. Cat doubled, and it was a double, although it was close. Standard. Nice roll for Cat. Another nice roll. What was that? Oh, 5-3 does hit. Okay, now I see it. Cat thought about hitting on the 10 point, and he was actually right to do so. I suppose if you hit on the 23 point, then and make the 3 point, which you're going to do with 5, then Seb can just come in and safety the checker on the 15, and you might not get another chance to hit it. Conversely, if you hit the checker on the 11 point instead of the one on the 3 point, then it might be more difficult for Seb to safety this man, i.e. by making the point. So he's only got a 4 really. If he wants to cover it with a 6, then he would have to break the 8 point. Of course 5-6 would cover, but I believe that's the logic, but I could be wrong. We all kind of make up our own logic. That's the thing with this game. We're making up our own logic and hoping that it's right, and then tweaking it as we go on. But this was clear to me just coming out. Again, it was like the game, one of the first games where Cat had 3 checkers primed on the 23 point, and he just wanted to. The first thing that he needed to do was come off the 23 point by rolling 5s. So here it's the same idea. Although the best thing you can do, I suppose, is come off the 23 point with a 5. This is the second best thing, which is just getting the hell out of there, because that is a prime. It's a not a full prime. It's a broken 4 prime. Seb cubed. I think it was an easy cube. I don't remember whether I said whether this was a take or a pass. I really wasn't sure. Oh yeah, I thought it was a take. It's actually close, but because of the score, I'm guessing. Although passing puts Seb on an even score, a nice 8 away. So yeah. So Cat should have come up. He should have played 1 in. This is an odd play, an unusual play. He should have played... Excuse me. Where are you? He should have played 1 in, and then 1 up. And then 6 to 4. 1. Sorry, both of them up. Because he can't hold the 2 points. His timing's just too shot. That's what I suspected, but I wasn't sure. 6-4 is a hitter. It's good. Oh, he rolled the nuts. Oh, was this the game where he just... What? Oh, no. Oh, it was the massive fan. Yeah. Or was this the game where he... My memory is so poor. Ace 3. Yeah, this was the ridiculous. He wrote first 6. Fan. 4-2 hit. Oh, Seb did come in with a 5. Then 5-6. Another fan. 4-2 massive joker. 3-2. Okay, not great. 6-2 reasonable. 6-2 has to leave a shot on the 6 point. And then rolls a 5. And then it's like... yeah, I didn't quite see this. That 6-4 has to break. And it's only when it gets to this point that Seb's like breathing a sigh of relief, because it looks like, although he covers it. I didn't see this. And then the 6 is big, and Seb just basically scraped home, trying to ride the luck here. So it went 8-6. Seb got 2 back. There's a really interesting game. If you wait, you will see it. Yeah. In fact, my play, I think I would have come out, or maybe I wouldn't have done. Reason why you don't want to come out, play 23-15, is because you're making... your opponent's 3 very good, since he wants to unstack his heavy midpoint. And I might have made that mistake. And again, the same concept. Obviously, you don't want to be hit with the 1 anyway, but it's even better for red because he's unstacking the mid. And you don't want to break contact, so I think I would have come out, but 6-5 is forced. And then, yeah, I felt this was not a double at this score. So this is 2-0 up to 7, basically. It's a massive lead. It's much bigger than we think. And you can't double this with 62% winning chances. It's just not enough, despite having 33% gammon wins. So... I don't remember the... he got the closeout. What happened here? Oh, God. Yeah. Okay, so what was going on here? After the fan, what were we saying? Red on roll. We were saying too good. Here... yeah, I felt this was a no double, but I felt this was a good time to have a look-see. Because if you fan, your opponent's got reasonable chances of gammoning you. Okay, nonsense. But not nonsense on like the fact that we're not even a favourite. Nonsense to maybe even think, so fine. And then we were saying this is too good. Clearly. It's just because you're 2-0 down, it behooves you to win a gammon. And not let your opponent off lightly. Your opponent is passing in a shot. 5-3. Yeah. I don't think I would have had the patience to find the right play here after basically rolling your worst number. Double one doesn't hit, but it makes the ace point, and it's like, and you have to kind of steel yourself just to find the right play. And I might have wanted to leave the bar slotted, as bad as that is. I'm not even going to scroll down. So at least he managed to hit with a 3-2. Was that the interesting game? It might have been. What did we have here with the 5-3? Okay, that's not the best way of saving the gammon. That's no need to go into that. Those are. Let's just quickly finish this off. Yeah, I was probably playing the second best play here. Oh, okay. Good play. Standard. I didn't think this was a cube for Seb, nor does the computer, but it's pretty close. But it's like, why give your opponent such an easy decision? This, I think some people cube a little bit too early at this score, 5-way, 5-away. Like, much better just to, even if it's like a 0.03 error to cube, better to cube when it's much stronger. There's much more chance of your opponent making a mistake, either incorrectly passing or incorrectly taking. 1-4 is a great number. 3-1. Oh, I see. I have to admit, I was looking at making the 5 point. I wouldn't have done. I would have just made the 4. But actually, 7-6, 7-4 is a play I would never have. It's, again, it's difficult to make that play, to give up the bar. But it's too big to be hit against a 3-point board. So if you make the cat play, which is perfectly reasonable, you get hit with quite a few numbers, like 1-5, 2-5, 3-5, 5-5, and the rest. So this is why with the 2-1 it was important to play safe. So that was pretty clear to me with this 3-1, that because Seb's got a 3-point board, we're trying to play safe. What's the best way of doing so? I would have played 8-4, and there I would have played 8-7, 6-4. Because here, when you play 13-11, like this, you leave an 8 shot. You leave 5-3 and 6-2. Which otherwise wouldn't be good. So why make bad numbers good or very average numbers good? It doesn't make sense to do that. You know, you just increase the value of your opponent's position for no reason. 2-1, Seb looked at 11-10, 6-4, which is not there. So I'm not clearly seeing this position, but I suppose you don't need to do anything drastic yet. You just need to kind of get your checkers out from the 22-point anchor, and I suppose also you ideally don't want to get hit, but you have to balance those objectives, and Seb's play seems good. The computer likes it. 5-2 you can't hit. I think I would have missed this play and played 11-4, so good play by Cat. And then he rolled the 5-2 is a terrible number. So I was thinking cubing, okay, way off. Maybe it gets a little bit closer to a cube on higher evaluation. Let's plus it. We were like desperate to prove ourselves right, but no, I'm nowhere near on that. And then, oh yeah, here, this looks to be a little bit closer, but yeah, okay. So, okay, I got one back there. This looks sensible. Coming up, I mean, maybe even cubing here is not ridiculous. He's got that second checker loose. What the problem for Cat is his open 5-point, and the chances of jogging the second checker loose. This is very close to a double, but I mean, you know, if you know it's that close and so much of an easy take, no reason to cube. and then Cat took this, which is a very difficult take for me, at least. It's like it looks just like a classic position where, like, you look at the 1-5 and the 1-4. You have got a spare that allows the 1-4 and the 1-5 to play. What I mean is that if you get pointed on and then you come in with a 1-5, it's pretty much a disaster. You've got a spare 5, you've got a spare 1-4 for the moment, but then what do you do for your next trick? So how much stronger is this going to get for the doubler on the higher evaluation levels? And it's definitely going to get stronger. It's just a question of how much. It's not going to be a pass. I mean, I'm not sure why Cat took. So 6-2 is not very good for Seb. Is it average? It's got a lot of pointing on numbers. Any combination of 5, 4, 3 and 2. So yeah. And then easy. Yeah, I would switch to the 3-point. I'm not 100% sure why it's cleaner. I can't vocalize it now, but I don't see why Cat picked and passed. Geez, why can't I see what I see? But I wouldn't have I would have switched for sure. 6-5, and then yeah, definitely. What's going on? I was about to say not good enough. Oops. Like, there could be some bad numbers here, but I guess it's just too good on all levels. No, there's some 26%. It's like, obviously it's untakeable. It's untakeable, but, and then it was still too good. That's surprised me. I thought it was going to be okay. So I just want to go back to this redouble here. It hasn't analysed it yet. I'm interested in those cube actions, maybe a little bit more than I should be. I tend to be fascinated by cube actions. So this for me, like, yeah, this was a clear pass. Okay. So the reason this is close is because of the score, I believe. So when the opponent is 5 away cubing, it's not quite as strong as you would think, since the gammon... well, not because of the gammon, actually, because when he only wins a single game, he goes 3 away, and 3 away isn't such a great score to get to. But I suppose that you don't want to lose a gammon as yellow here. It's just that you don't lose enough gammons to make this such a big pass. You win enough games, you save enough gammons, and you win enough games to make it kind of viable to take. What was this 3-4? Playing 10-6. Okay, that's difficult, I think. But you squeeze out the take. Yeah. Okay, so I might have got that play, knowing that if you play 13-9, you're gonna pass. Maybe he just wanted to pass anyway. Double 4 for some reason. Yeah, okay, make the 9, but I was looking at the 4. 6-3, I would just make the 3. Being 10-9 up, definitely score related, but even then I think for money you make the 3. And I don't remember seeing this. Again, same kind of situation. You could even just make the bar here. Yeah, it's not so bad to make the bar and do something else with the 4. You don't want to hit. That's just... For me, one of the things that I've really improved on is, like, not just blindly hitting. If anything, I tend to not hit enough, but this is a case in point where it makes no sense to give up your anchor at this score and get into a position where your opponent can cube you from. Yeah, so this is what I was saying. We get into this position where Cat's got reasonable likelihood of getting into a cubable position from this odd 3-away, 4-away score. But what I've found today is that in games where Cat is winning, positions where Cat is winning a high number of games, he can cube. And strangely enough, because his own take point on the possible recube, i.e. if Seb recubes, Cat's take point of that recube being so high, Seb doesn't get an efficient recube in enough to allow his initial take point of the cube to be high enough. So weirdly enough, I believe that Red's take point here is slightly higher than for money. It depends on the exact nature of the position. But when we got to this position, probably what's going on here, I didn't think this was a cube yet, because yellow still has to safety that man, and there are like 5 numbers that don't get passed. So I would definitely be taking as red. The question is, what if you put the checker from the 17 point onto the 9 point, and then say, what are you going to do if I cube red? And of course you count the numbers that leave a shot and stuff like that. But the general situation is if you create a position, or even just a race, where there's no contact, where yellow is about 8 pips up, you will find that because red doesn't have efficient recubes, that red's take point is actually higher on the initial cube. But when I say higher, it's like fractions, but it's still something to be interested in. Alright, and then we got to the 4-away, 2-away. And I wouldn't have hit here. Again, this is possibly just hitting everything without wanting to think too much about it. But so if you hit on the 14 point, you leave a 4 to hit on the 21, and you leave a 5 to hit you back on the checker that you've just moved to the 14 point. So that's already like 17 shots. Can't be a good thing. 24-21 look natural, look like the best chance, but this is, I'm pretty sure I was going to say I believe, which is stop fucking saying I believe. I'm pretty sure it's a factor of the score, it being too dangerous to come up to the 21 at this extremely sensitive score. I wondered whether this would be a cube, and the computer, like, it's fractionally no double. So I would say that even though it's a fraction, if the computer doesn't want to double, just don't double it, because you can always get your opponent to take a massive pass at this score. It just happens. So he didn't come around all the way. I don't understand that. Just an oversight maybe. Got missed. Cube is clear. Take is clear. Got missed. And then I said, he had like a 50-50 chance of leaving a shot. Of course, when he does leave a shot, Seb has to hit it. And then this ridiculous sequence. I think Cat played that nicely, though, coming in, like not getting too head up. And now when Seb is on the 19 point, it's going to be difficult to win this. Although he's still got 14%. So correct is, with this 2-1, a tiny detail is to clear, to put the checker, safety the checker on the 4 point, supposedly, so that when you roll a 2-3, you can pick and pass without leaving a shot. Things like that. 2-3, maybe that's just the swing on the 2-3. If you leave it there and Seb's checker is on the 19 and you roll a 2-3 now, you can't pick and pass. You have to do that. Maybe do you want to? I believe if the checker was there, yeah, you would take your chances and pick and pass. So maybe that's what's going on, but I wouldn't bet my life on it. And that was pretty much it. So that was a very classic, normal backgammon match. Stick a like on there if you liked it. All right. Sweet, brother. Yeah, bro. Bye.